think that's it.
Did we get it going?
I think we're here.
Okay. I'm not seeing your lovely face, though.
But you can hear me, but you can't fucking see me.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Is it possible to turn it that away?
Okay, let's see.
Let's see. It'll just fill the screen a little better.
Let's see. It's not turning.
Oh, wait. Do you have it locked on your phone? Okay.
Okay. Let's see if it has a spinny thing on it.
Oh, did you send? You're sending photos, maybe?
No, man. Who knows?
Try closing.
Okay.
And then turn it to the side. Click on the link, and then see if it. Or I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay. How do I do that now? Oh, this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chatting with Kora. I'm your host, Kora. Now, tonight, I would like to welcome a musician, a poetess, a den mother, and a deity amongst us mere mortals. Patricia Wilson, how are you doing? How goes the quarantine?
I'm doing good. We're all right. I have it fairly well. I have a place that I have 2 cats, 2 dogs, and a lesbian at home. So things are good for me.
Patricia, I was thinking about where to start in this interview, and I thought it's probably best to start with a shot.
Well, I'll try one. I've never done one before.
I know. I don't want to pressure you.
I know, but I'll give it a try. What are you doing?
I know you invented the pickleback, and that is one of my favorite drinks. But we don't have Jack Daniels, so it's just tequila.
Okay, and I'm doing Rebel Yell bourbon. So we're both off the norm.
There.
Here we go.
Well, cheers.
To all of us. Cheers.
Oh, God. That was good. So, let's start now at the beginning.
Okay.
You originally from Windsor, Ontario. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
And so you were born and raised in Windsor. What was your childhood like?
I had a good childhood. We came from a working class family. My dad was a tradesman at Ford Motor Company. We had a pool in the backyard. I had lots of friends. I played hardball, baseball, and then found rock and roll and then wandered the streets until the streetlights came on. I quit school at 16. I had found other things more important called life than school. Mm-hmm. So I quit, and I was off school for almost 3 months, and the principal of the all-boys school that I went to got me a job working on construction on the math building at the University of Windsor.
Okay.
From ground up to 10 floors.
And you're not afraid of heights?
Terrified.
Did you get over it?
No, but you got to do what you got to do. Even on my balcony today, it's above 15 floors where I live. And some days I get out on that balcony and I get that willies in my stomach, and in the groin, like I'm a little bit too high for my own good. The only thing I hate more than that are fucking snakes. So
you have no snakes in the bunker?
Maybe living down the hall, but no. We had one of those snake instances in our building where somebody had a pet snake and it got out of the fucking aquarium and was traveling up the drains.
Oh my grossness, God.
And the worst part about it was a little fag across the hall. That was the drain that decided to come up. Next thing you know, you hear this screaming down the hall and somebody running, and he came into his bathroom and it was sitting on the bathroom counter.
Oh.
And by the time somebody came in, it had gone back down the drain.
Oh, my God.
I think it happened 2 or 3 times. So even to this day, when I sit on the fucking toilet in this building, I expect to get bit in the fucking ass. There are many things I could think of to bite my ass, but that's not one of them.
What did you do after the construction gig?
Well, I think I did drugs. And, Yeah, I did drugs. And then somewhere after that, I hit Route 66 in a driveway car and went to Los Angeles. The people I went with, I think they were being trolled by a record company. They were kind of a Crosby, Stills, Nash Young kind of band. But at that point, I stayed for a while. But sadly, my father was diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
So I came back to be with him from there. But I went back and forth over the years.
Were you working in a car factory?
I hadn't started taking estrogen or anything, but I had already seen a doctor, and I was 17 years old. That's probably what I did after fucking construction. I don't know. It's all pretty blurry, right? I was young. I lied to get into Ford Motor Company.
Okay.
I said I was 18, and I was only 17, and I worked on the line.
You were transitioning at that time?
I had already seen doctors, but I hadn't started transitioning at that point. I was like 16 or 17. I definitely had talked to people about it. I think I'd been down here, and something like that. But I had already lived years before I had my surgery. I was, bouncing around. Essentially, and there's nothing wrong with that. Essentially, you're a drag queen going to work, right? Mm-hmm. Back then. There was no help or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with drag queens. Although when you first start out, you think, don't call me a fucking drag queen. But then you learn that they are the rock stars of the gay community.
And did you have trouble with your fellow employees?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had major problems. I remember I transitioned over a weekend. I left on a Friday night as a boy and came back as a female on the Monday.
Wow.
But I knew it was going to be tough, but my idea was if I can take that shit, I can take anything. I'm pretty glib about it now, but there was a lot of heartbreak and a lot of, wringing of the hands and, gnashing of the teeth to, get to where I am today. But I know I sound glib, but there were wringing of the hands and gnashing of the teeth.
What made you then transition to Toronto?
I had always wanted to live in Toronto. So one time we came down and stayed at a friend's house, and Buddies had not picked up the new space yet. They were in the old space. And I saw them, walking around doing everything. And, fucking gay pride, it's all tinfoil and fucking
spangles,
shiny shit, and short shorts and high heels. And I looked at everybody at Buddies and thought, my God, these people are fucking pirates. That's the crew I want to join. And about 3 months later, they want a publicist, and I came down.
I heard you had met with Sky Gilbert at that point for this interview.
Yeah, Sky and Tim Jones, yeah.
And you would come in a fur coat.
It's true.
Dropped it on the floor.
Yep.
And Sky Gilbert knew right then that you were the person for the job.
Yeah, I had a full-length black fake fur, everybody. Don't fucking stone me. And then I did something else. And then bartended, and then bar manager. But, that's over a period of time.
And now music. Crack Puppy.
That was a wonderful, wonderful time in my life. I love it. We're not doing it anymore. I think the last time the band played together was the last time we did Yonge and Dundas Square, which would be about 4 years ago. I still play. I got all my shit here. Hopefully one day we can get out and play live again.
Mm-hmm. And poetry.
Poetry. Oh, poetry.
I do have your book right here. Musings from the Bunker and Slouching Towards Womanhood.
A lot of poetry, and there's some journals, and then the middle part are stories.
And are you working on another book?
I write every day. I have some new poetry, and it'll add up to a book, I hope, a poetry book. I'm going to enter some contests and see if anybody wants to give me a prize for poetry, maybe the Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, I say put those dreams out there.
Look at the fantasy I had as a little kid, and look where I am now.
All right, Patricia, here are your 11 questions. What's your favorite food?
Scrambled eggs.
Weird.
Well, I love them. I love those fucking things. Just done perfectly. I love them better if I make them myself. No offense to the old lady.
What's the secret? Because I'm an egg connoisseur as well.
Okay, so a big tab of butter, medium heat, 2 or 3 eggs, and you let it get into the pan, a really good non-stick pan. Move it around and then bring the edges into the center, and you keep doing that, and then you flip it over.
What's your favorite movie?
All that jazz.
What is your favorite musical group or person?
I love the fucking Rolling Stones.
What is your favorite podcast?
I've never watched one, except yours. So it would be yours.
Amazing. Now tell me one thing that people don't know about you.
Let's come back to that.
What is one of the best moments of your life?
The day I was born.
And what is one of the worst moments of your life?
The day I was born.
How are you feeling in your quarantine time?
I'm in my fucking 60s. I've been working my whole life to get to this point. So my bunker, my apartment, has everything in it that I love, including the lesbian and 2 cats and the 2 dogs. The one thing that's happened is I have to take antacids because I have so much stomach acid worrying about what if this fucking goes on forever. Anyways. Or maybe it's all the extra booze I'm drinking.
No, that's not it.
That's not it. No.
Yeah. When the quarantine is over, what is one of the first things that you're going to do?
Go to the Eagle and drink with the boys.
Tell me one thing that people don't know about you.
Oh, you came back to that. Sometimes when I'm in the house, I have a very colorful, stylish muumuu that I wear that has rhinestones on it.
We've got the scoops here on Chatting with Kora. Now, if we were to go out on a date, where would you take me and where would we go?
Well, we would definitely go out for something to eat. It could be any of the local fare in the neighborhood. I always pretty well stay in the neighborhood because we have to support, right? And then we would, even though I wouldn't be working, we would go buy buddies so I could show you off. And then we would maybe go to the Eagle, have a few shots, and then we would see what would happen after that.
What is your favorite sexual position?
I like to be in a position where we can spin quickly and easily.
Well, Patricia Wilson, I have learned more about you than I thought would be even possible. Thank you so much for appearing on Chatting with Kora.
Well, thank you for having me.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.